I'm Elisabeth.
And I am Oskar, and we are Flight of Icarus.
And you're watching Channa 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 podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my podcast. We have very special guest today joining all the way from Gothenburg, Sweden. We have Flight of Icarus joining the podcast. Hi.
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 How are you, Elisabeth, Oskar?
Please.
Yes, I am. We are good. It's Saturday, and we are having a chill Saturday.
Right.
Yes.
How about you, Elisabeth? How's your
Yes, it's a quiet morning now since the husband and the child went out playing, so I can take some time for myself.
Right. So, how is the situation in Sweden and where you are with the pandemic and lockdowns and everything?
Will you answer, Elisabeth?
Well, it seems that we are in this third wave now. We didn't know that the second wave was over, but
Right.
so now it's and there's a lot of vaccination shots going around to the elderly mostly, but now they're just withdrawn that because it seemed that it's something wrong with the vaccine. It's causing blood clots or whatever. So it's a messy, but we are doing fine. Oskar and I. Oskar had it, but he just had some back pain, so he's one of the lucky ones.
Yes,
Right.
and one of the lucky ones.
Right. So,
But here in Gothenburg, there are a very few restrictions. I think we can go to the restaurants, and we can go to the pub, and we can go to It's up to the people more to take responsibility.
right. So
And
yeah, because especially during a lockdown, having a beer is very important, right? So
Yeah. Yes.
Uh, so, can you tell me a little bit about what you do in the band? I know you guys are duo. So, Elisabeth, what do you do in the bands? What instruments do you play, and what do you do, Oskar?
Well, I'm the singer in Flight of Icarus, and Oskar is the one-man band, you can say.
Wow.
So he's playing all the instruments at once.
Yes,
Marvelous.
at the same time. No, we have a drummer. I don't play the drums, but I play guitar, bass, and doing the synth, the keys.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I write the songs, and Elisabeth also write the songs, of course. But I have the ideas, and then I take it to Elisabeth, and she makes them Flight of Icarus-ish. Yes.
Right. Right. Love that synergy between the two. So, can you tell me a little bit about your childhood and your earliest memory of music?
Oh God, you first.
Me first, okay. I discovered music for real when I was like 14, when I discovered Iron Maiden. That was my first band that I really liked, and they have followed me since all my life, and I still listen to Iron Maiden, and that's why we are called the Flight of Icarus, because it's
Right.
it's our Maiden song from Peace of Mind album. So Iron Maiden, yes. I started to play guitar because of Iron Maiden. I started to learn the Afraid to Shoot Strangers melody and Fear of the Dark, and then I, of course, I start listening to some other bands, but I chose the melodic path. Some of my friends, they chose the Slayer Metallica path, and I chose the Iron Maiden power metal, melodic metal path.
Right.
And then I discovered the death metal scene in Gothenburg. So I love the Gothenburg metal scene with Dark Tranquility, In Flames, At the Gates, and stuff like that. So I love all metal now, but my main metal is like the melodic ones. And I have played death metal before, and I played a lot of bands before, like power metal and death metal. But I wanted to do something from the heart, and Flight of Icarus is like from my heart, 100%.
Oskar, raise your stop your horses.
Yes. Okay.
It's my turn.
Yes, do it.
Yes, and you're answering all the question at once.
But you can do it better.
Well, no, but I can take one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so my earliest, that's hard because there's a lot of footage, videos, and photos of me growing up, making everyone look at me singing. So I have always been a performer.
Right.
And so I remember sitting down with all my parents' CDs and listening to them. And so I think, I don't know my earliest, but I know that music always been important to me. I was singing to my family before I could talk. So I think, I don't know my earliest memory, but well, music always been a big part of my life, and it always will be.
Right. So Elisabeth, what are your like favorite music back then?
Well, back then, that's the thing, that it's there's so much good music in the world, and it's good that I don't have to choose. So I'm a big love of Disney music, and I love musicals or the music. But when I grew up, there were a lot of, I know one of my favorite CDs growing up was, it stuck in my head. I thought it was so cool. It was this big snake and this lady, she was all naked, and I thought, this must be very cool because it's a very big snake. I don't know what it was. Love Hunter, 1972, I think, White Snake.
Right.
Very good blues album. So it was a White Snake, a lot of Alice Cooper. So that's when my path into rock music. I've never listened to death metal or that kind of metal. And then my love for Guns N' Roses came when I was 14. So I never listened to Iron Maiden, but I see you have Slash there on your wall behind you. I've seen Slash, I don't know, 6 times. Always when it comes to Sweden, I'm there.
Yeah, I think I've seen him 4 times. I think 4 times Slash, and then I think I've seen Guns N' Roses twice. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very glad I had got to see Guns N' Roses with the original crew, kind of.
Right.
I don't know how many years are there. 4 years ago, maybe they were in Sweden.
Right.
With Axel and all of them. It was very cool to see.
Yeah.
Never thought that would happen.
Yeah. So Elisabeth, did you play in other bands? Did you sing in other bands before Flight of Icarus?
No, I've been singing rock music in some constellations or at parties or whatever, but I've been on stage. I've been playing theater, singing musicals, and I've always sang in choirs.
Right.
So I've been in a choir also for 10 years, and we are doing all this kind of songs. It's not a lot of people think of church choirs, but we are doing all kinds of modern and not so modern pieces, and it's great. It's all about how a choir is also very great musical experience. So I'm so happy, so I can do all these things.
Right. So, Oscar, so how did the Flight for Icarus idea came, and then how did you meet Elisabeth?
Yeah. It all started when I played with my home studio at home, and recorded some melodies, and it was like, I have to do something about this because it's actually quite good, but I didn't have a singer for it. So Elisabeth is my wife's best friend. So I knew her, and I know that she was a good singer and a great performer. So I wanted to try her, and she made it to Flight of Icarus. she was like when I heard,
cut.
yes, when she recorded my first song, Dawn of a New Day. I was like happy for 3-4 weeks, because I know that, yes, now I got the singer. Now I can really nerd into the produce thing and really start creating songs for real.
Right.
So that, yeah.
Why settle as a duo? You guys why decided to stay as a duo? Why not go for a complete band?
Because it's so hard to have a band. There are so many how do you say, wheels? No, yeah,
Right.
there's so many
Yes.
wheels, and it's very smooth this way, because we are only 2 people, and it's not so hard to make decisions. Sometimes
Also-
it's hard, but
Yes,
yeah.
Oscar really knows what he wants. So it's much easier for Oscar to not be working with anybody else. But
Yes,
you're not doing all the decisions. You're very good at. We are doing this together. But I
yes,
know
yes.
it would have been harder. Now it's up to us, and it's great that way. So we can take in musicians when we need
Yeah.
to, when we are out performing or when we are in the studio, so we can take help from others.
And
And we have been working. I don't know how many have we been working with through the years. A lot of
maybe 10 people, 10, 15 maybe. Different. We had like 3-4 different drummers and 2-3 different bass players, and yes, we have one guy that he is always with us, and he's Erik. He plays the
Erik.
guitar. He
Right.
plays the guitar on all our live shows, and doing some solos on the new album and stuff like that. So, yes,
Right.
that's good.
So when I discovered you and find out that you're from Sweden, this is what
Yeah.
reminded me of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
love that CD.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, this is my wife's CD. So I took it from her today. So
It's a good one.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great album, actually, greatest hit. So what do you guys see yourself like? How do you compare yourself to Roxette?
It was actually I think it was our manager's idea to promote ourselves a little bit like Roxette, because we are a duo and we are from Sweden, and we play some kind of a Roxette act, and of course I have listened to Roxette, and I like the songs that I like the melodies, and it's like Roxette, they are very hit-ish music, and so are we. So yes, I think it's a good comparison that we are compared to Roxette. What do you think, Elisabeth?
Yeah, I love Roxette. There are a lot of similarities, of course. I'm the female who is singing, and there's a man with the guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can buy it, of course. They are
Right.
great.
Um.
I don't know if I listen to any other duos.
Right.
I tried to think of other duos, but I just couldn't think of anyone. Any Oscar, do you know any other duo that's
I'm thinking
that
of.
big?
Right. Yeah, you're right, because it's very, very few duos actually become that successful, right?
Yes, the world needs us. They
Right.
do.
Yeah.
So, Oscar, how do you describe the sound of Icarus?
I describe it's like a lot of genres mixed together. You can hear like power metal. You can hear some. I can hear death metal in it, but but no other can maybe. And it's like a Dream Theater and Toto and then the Elisabeth's part is like the Disney and musicals, and combined it together, it becomes Flight of Icarus. I think it has an 80, how do you say, 80s, the 80s sound, like
Right.
the 80s movies, like happy songs, and also like from like movies like Jurassic Park and the big songs from that big movies.
Right.
So it's a lot of music in it. So, but I just write. I start with a melody, and then I build that melody, like put some synths on it, and I build it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it naturally becomes Flight of Icarus. So
Right.
yes.
Elisabeth, I also feel when I listen to it, I get the vibe of, like, Within Temptation or some sort of a symphonic, the symphonic rock bands, like, so
Mm.
who do you sort of feel your influences are when it comes to singing?
Do you have any female singer that you like?
Yeah, of course I do, but there are a lot of great singers, but for the past, I don't know, when I was younger, it was a lot of trying to sound like somebody else, or oh, I love her voice, and how can I train my voice, or how can I do so I can sound more like her? But when I'm 33, I know that I am just myself and no one else. So for the past years, I've just tried, okay, how can me and my voice, how are we working together, and what can my voice do? And so that's why I like singing so many different genres, and taking my voice to the next level and try, because there are these, you can sing in such many different ways. So and Flight of Icarus is a great way of me testing my voice, testing how my thick vocals and my thin vocals, and I can try it, and it's great because Oscar is letting me try. Of course, thank you, Oscar. So Flight of Icarus, it's great for me and when my brother listened to this album, both my siblings are musicians and singers, and my brother said that I can tell by the second album that your voice, you have taken your voice to a next level, and it's good to hear because he knows my voice, and he knows also because we're siblings and we're kind of alike.
Right.
So it's I just yes, very long answer. Move along, move along.
That's fine. So you released your first self-titled album. When is it? In 2019, Flight
Yeah.
of Icarus. I noticed that the songs on that album, sort of from the titles and how they sort of subject matter, it seems like it's sort of a concept like you're trying to still keep the subject to Flight of Icarus, because you have songs like When Stars Collide, where you have a song called Icarus, and you also have another song called Flight of Icarus as well, right? So
Yeah.
can you tell me about the concept of the album?
Did we have?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Elisabeth.
yes. I have an answer for you.
Yeah.
But Oscar said before that well, the name Flight of Icarus, it's of course it's an Iron Maiden song, but we know it's also a mythical story
Right.
about Icarus and his father making wings for him, so they can fly out of a cave. And he got like hybris and flew too close to the sun. His wings burned and he fell down and died. So when we starting talking about, okay, what is this? This music is epical. It's epic. We want all these feelings. We want the music to grow, and we want everyone to feel this happy explosion feelings.
Right.
And Oscar wanted, okay, something, we need a space name. We need something big. We need a supernova name. And somehow, well, Flight of Icarus, just because it's an epical journey, and it's space and the sun, and it's so much great about Icarus. He just went too far. Poor guy. So the first album, there are a lot of influences, of course, with Icarus.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just was the feeling.
Mm.
Yes.
Oscar.
I don't think we planned to make like songs about Icarus. It just
No.
it just was naturally. It became like songs about Icarus. So it was not like we had planned that.
Right.
It just became. Yeah.
Right. One of the songs that I love from that album is Dawn of a New Day. And you actually have a very cool video also. Where was that video shoot? It's sort of a highway, right? So where?
Yes.
It's in Gothenburg.
Yes, in Gothenburg.
Right.
And
So
it was actually,
no.
it was actually our first song that we ever released to the world.
Right.
Dawn of a New Day.
It was my test, and
yes,
which I made. I made it.
And we think that the video is very good for the song. It was exactly what I wanted when I listened to the song. I wanted someone to drive a car in the night, and I got that. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool video actually. Yeah, I really loved it. Yeah.
No, thank you.
And I recently saw that you released a single in 2021 as well, Our Burning Star, which also has a nice video. Can you tell me about this song?
Well, so it's the first single that we released from our new album, and our new album is called Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
And the concept of this album is it's a story. So it has a beginning and a middle and an end. and Our Burning Star is the first song of the album, and it's about this child being born into a world where no one is feeling happy or sad anymore. It's a gray world, and this child is being born, and she starts spreading light and color, and people start to feel again, and they're taking chances in life. So that's the first song
Right. So
of the album.
right. So what's the plan for the album? What are you guys planning to release the full album?
Yes,
Oscar.
we are releasing our album in April, in late April, 30th of April.
Wow.
And actually, I think tomorrow, Sunday, I think the pre-orders will be up for. You don't know this, Elisabeth, but you know now.
Wow.
Tomorrow, tomorrow the pre-orders will be available for the physical album. So maybe when this podcast is out, you can go and pre-order it. I don't know. Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So we are planning to do some kind of live stream thing. I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but some kind of live stream we have to do. Because you cannot do anything else in these times. But of course, we want to come out and play we want to play these new songs because it was so long that we played live now. I think it was like 1.5 years that we shared the stage. So we want to come out and play these new songs, and we really love these new songs. So I think they will be perfect on a big scene. I hope we can have a big scene for this album. So a live stream in April, May, maybe, and when this pandemic is over, of course we want to come out and play these songs for everybody.
Yeah. So is there any signs that the live shows will come in Sweden?
No, well, even though we are a country with not so many restrictions, we haven't had a lockdown ever. The schools are open, the stores are open, and but alcohol is not serving after 8 in the evening. So, well, the pubs are open, but it's not a lot of fun.
Right.
Or you just start drinking very early.
Yeah.
So that's how we do it here. Getting drunk in the morning.
All in.
Yes, all in. But what was the original question? So live shows no, there's not any. I just got email yesterday of a show that been postponed, pushed in the future for the last. I got the third mail that this show won't happen. So now you have to decide: do you want your money back, or do you want to have a gift card?
Which show was it? Was it White Star?
No, it was a kid show. A concert that I wanted to go with my daughter.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your message to your people who listen to your music and supported you?
Yes. First of all, we are very happy about the receiving of Our Burning Star. We are very grateful and thankful for the people who have listened to it and liked it and shared it. And we have been airplayed like 200 times in this past month with Our Burning Star. So we are very happy about the results and very thankful for that. So we just want to say thank you to everybody that have listened to it. And of course, we want everybody to pre-order our album because we are poor. We need money.
We're not.
But
But if
Yeah.
this but it's a great album.
Yeah.
It's now in these dark times, because it is the whole world is standing together in this pandemic. We also have the climate crisis. The world is not looking so very bright right now. So this album is our way also of spreading light, where Oscar and I have just become parents to separate children.
Yeah.
And it's something with this, the next generation, they will be the new hope of the world. The world is gray, and this story, this album is about this girl spreading light and spreading new hope in a world.
Yeah.
And I think we need that. We need that. And it's also, it's a lot of great songs, great Friday songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just want everyone to hear it because we love
Yes.
it.
Thank you, Elisabeth, for that. It was better than We Are Poor.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that a lot because I survived the 2020 because of actually able to still listen to music and still able to see some live streams and talk to some of the bands
Yeah.
through this podcasting. So otherwise, I would probably not be in the right mind right now if there was no music. Music is really, I'm really grateful to have that in my life, right? So anybody you want to shout out to?
Yes, we can take the opportunity now to thank. We want to thank Bobby, our video maker, who puts our thoughts into these videos that we really like. So Bobby, thank you. And Oskar, of course, on Blindfolded International, for trusting us and helping us with a lot of things. Thank you, Oskar. And we also want to thank Duncan, who is a guy that we have started working with. I think he made us on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's a radio plug promotion, I think the name is. So thank you, Duncan, Bobby, and Oskar. Do you have any more, Elisabeth? Our families, of course.
Yes, of course, our families. So
Yeah.
they have to take care of the children so we can do this. We're so happy.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
my wife decides, she helps us with the album, and she has like written a lot of harmonies for the album. So thank you.
Yes, this is a family project. We're all pitching in, and it's wonderful. So thank you.
Right.
And thank you, Robert, for contributing on the drums, of course, and Kenny. Oh, Kenny is our sound. Kenny is like our mix guy and master guy. He fixed the sound of Flight of Icarus. Thank you, Kenny, at Studio Meltdown. Check it out.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
So Oskar, Elisabeth, thanks for joining the podcast. Really enjoy talking to you. When I heard the name Flight of Icarus,
Yeah.
because I'm also a big fan of Iron Maiden, so I said, no, I definitely need to talk to these people because I really love the concept, and I really loved your music. I really enjoyed the music videos, and really looking forward to the new album. I hope I can listen to it soon when you release it. So keep making great music and stay safe, and hopefully in the future you guys can tour in other places as well. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us on your podcast. Thank you.
Can you tell everyone how they can follow you? Tell your social media.
Yes. You can follow us at worldoficarus.com. That's our homepage, and every relevant links is in that page. So just remember worldoficarus.com.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram. So
yes.
Right.
And YouTube and Spotify, of course. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
So thank you, Elisabeth. Thank you, Oskar. So have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.